Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Top Stitches. If this is your first time coming across us, you're highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Please do subscribe if you're meeting us for the first time. Today we are going to be making a Bubu kaftan gown. If this is what you're looking to learn, please stick around. Let's get started. Alright, these are the measurements I'll be needing, and the red material is going to be on the center. Now for the Ankara, I folded my material in such a way that this hourglass image on my fabric is going to be standing. Just how not to alter the hourglass figure. I want it standing, so in effect I added to the length of this material. I have it on fold here for the front and the back. So let's keep this material and the measurements aside, so we'll continue. I have my starting line at the top already drawn out. That is where all my vertical measurements are going to be starting from. And for my circumference measurement is going to be starting on the folded edge. The first thing I'm going to be doing is to impute my back neckline. The depth I'm using 1 inch. That is what you can see me marking now. And for the width I'm using 3 inches. For the width I later used 4 inches, just so that it will be able to pass through the head. As there is no zipper, it has to be wide enough to pass through the head. Now go in and curve your neckline like you can see me doing now. After that, the next measurement you'll be putting is your shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mine is 8 inches. Make a mark there and then impute your sleeve length from your shoulder measurement. I'll be using 12 inches for mine. So in total, it's going to be about 20 inches or thereabout. Yes, 20 inches. That is what I have now. I'll go ahead and make that mark the second time and make a line to connect it. So after connecting it, the next thing is to come down by 1.5 inches on that line for my shoulder slope. So mark your 1.5 inches. If your material is not going to be open at that point, you can always skip this part. So connect to the neck width of 3 inches to form your shoulder slope. So connect like you can see me doing now. So the next thing now is to get our sleeve opening. For mine, I'll be using 11 inches from my shoulder slope line. So that is what you can see me marking now. I'll go ahead and mark it in 2 places for a guide to make a straight line. So I'll go ahead now and connect it with my rule to form a straight line. The next line I'll be marking now will be my hip line, which is 25 inches. I'll go ahead and mark it now. Mark it in 2 places to form a straight line. I'll go ahead and connect it like you can see me doing now. Alright. So after connecting it, on my bust line, I'll be imputing my bust measurement divided by 4, which is 10.5 inches. And then I'll be adding 3 inches allowance. These 3 inches include my 1 inch for my sewing allowance. So in essence, 2 inches is for the ease that I have on this gown. On the hip line, I will impute my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 3 inches. That is what you can see me doing now. So I'll take whatever I have on my hip line, including my sewing allowance and for the ease, and I'll go ahead and impute it at the hem of this gown. So right there, I'll be inputting my 13.5 inches, and since I don't have a longer row, I will input same measurement at the middle so that I'll be able to get a straight line. I'm connecting it, like you can see, down to the hem, and I'll take it up to the bust line. So at the sleeve opening bust line point, I'll curve it like you can see me doing now, so that that part is not sharp. So curve it like you can see me doing, and on that sleeve opening, I'll come in by 1 inch and connect it to the shoulder slope like you can see me doing now. So this is it. Now for the front neck depth, I'll be using 8 inches. So that is what you can see me marking now, 8 inches. So I'll connect it to the neck width. So connect like this. Alright, now I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So cut like you can see me doing now. Do be careful so that you cut on the correct lines. Alright, so this is it after cutting. I'll cut off my neckline for the back and separate it so that we'll be able to work on the front and its neckline. So after working on the front, this is my neck depth for the front. So from that part, I'll start marking 2 inches. I want the width of that plain red material to be 2 inches. But since I'll be joining it with half of an inch, so I'm just going to go straight ahead and remove 1.5 inches. I'll be using the remaining half inch to join it back. So now I'm making a straight line across all my 1.5 inches to get a straight line, and from there I'll connect it back to my neck width. So now after this, I'll cut it out. So I'll cut it, and while cutting, when I get to my 8 inches neck depth, I'll make a notch there because I will be needing it later. So make a notch at that point and then continue all the way down and cut it like you can see me doing. So now I'll go ahead and cut 2 inches of this red material, so that will be fixing there. Alright, now we'll continue. We'll go and join it at the shoulder. That is the next thing you should do. Join on the shoulder while placing the right sides on the right side of the front. So go ahead and join it at the shoulder. I'll come back and show us. This is it after joining it at the shoulder. So now I'll get the midpoint of my back neck line. So this is it. Get the midpoint and notch it so that we'll be able to measure and get everything accurately. So now I'll go ahead and start measuring from the my notched mark all the way down to the hem. So take your time to measure, especially that curvy part, so that you get it accurately. So when I get to my notch point, I will note down the measurement that I have there. That neckline depth, I'll note down the measurement that I have there, and then I'll continue. Continue your measurement until you get to the hem. So after exhausting my tape, I make the mark there and continued. So now I have my 2.5 inches here. That's 5 inches when you open it up, but then we'll be needing 2.5 inches on both sides. I have this long strap and I added a hairstay on it so that it will be stable enough for me to work on. So now go ahead and join with half of an inch. I'll come back and show us. Alright, this is it after joining it. Now I have a long material for me to work on and it will sit perfectly on the center front. So after this, now I'll get the midpoint, which is 2.5 inches. So I'll use my pen and mark the 2.5 inch all across this long strap that I have here, and I'll use my rule and connect it to form a mark there. Alright, this is it after I am done doing that. I went ahead to use my rule to connect it all the way down. So the next thing now is to get that mark that we had from the center back neckline to the front neck depth. So now I will impute that measurement on that my 2.5 inches mark. So it's about 11.25 inches. That is what I marked there now. And from there I will mark how much I want to close up. I will have to have a slit at the down part so that I'll be able to move freely. So mark where you want your slit to start from. Mine is 35 inches. That's what you can see me marking now. So I'll go and stitch from that first mark down to the 35 inches mark that I have there. I'll come back and show us. Alright, so this is it after stitching it down. So now please pay close attention to what I'm about to do now. Pick the two sides that are facing you up and fold it like you can see me doing now. Fold it like this so that at the front and at the back you have the right side of the material. This is it. I've gone ahead to iron it so that it is lying all flat. So now it's time to join it. So the part where I have my joining on the band will be sitting at the notch part in the center back neckline. So I'm going ahead to arrange my seam so that it's lying flat. At that point I have my joining and I'll align it with the notch part that I have on the back neckline, and then I'll go ahead and pin it. Pin it like you can see me doing now. Take your time, especially at the curvy part. So pin, and when everything is done correctly, you will see that the notch you have at the 8 inches depth will be the same thing with where you started joining at the band. So I'll go ahead and pin all the way down, and then I'll go and stitch with my 1/2 inch sewing allowance that I added. This is it after stitching and all that. See, all the way down I have some excesses which I'll be trimming off. So this is it, and now it's time to work on my sleeve opening. I have this band here, is about 2 inches or 2.5 inches. Alright, 2.5 inches. I'll be sewing with 1/2 of an inch. Now pay close attention to how I'm going to be joining this band. On a normal, we'll be joining the right side on the right side, but now I'll be joining the wrong side. I'll be placing my band on the wrong side. the wrong side of this fabric, that is where I'll be placing my band to sew my 2.5 my 0.5 inches. So for the second sleeve also, I'll place on the wrong side. I'll go and stitch, come back and show us. So now this is it after stitching, and I top stitch to the material, to my main bodies, to my Ankara. That is where I top stitch to. So this is it. After that, now I'll go ahead and fold it like you can see me doing. Fold it towards the right side, and then I'll go and stitch as close as possible to the edge of this band. Yes, that is where you can see me touching now. I'll do that for the both sleeve and come back and show us. So this is it after sewing. See how neat and tidy that place is looking. So I'll just go ahead and cut off the excess that I have for my band, and this is it. So I'll go ahead and now close up my sides by with my 1 inch that I added while cutting. Do that on both sides. So after doing that, then I'll finish up my hem with the 2 inches that I added there. I'll be folding my hem. Alright, so this is it after doing that. This is it, looking neat and fine. And for my hem, you see I have a bold fold there because I added 2 inches. So now please notch that curvy part so that it will relax. Notch yours. So now it's time to work on my pocket, because this dress is going to be having a pocket. So the constant line I have there is my 8 inches mark. I'll just go ahead and place my tape there and mark 19 inches, because that is where my pocket is going to be starting from. So that is my 19 inches mark. And for my pocket opening, I'll be using 7 inches for my pocket opening. So I've gone ahead to mark that 7 inch, and for my pocket I have 8 inches by 8 inches piece of material cut out already. I'll go ahead and align it, all the 4 pockets. I have 4 pieces here. Place my hand to give it a bit of a shape there. So I'll go ahead and cut out that part. So cut it out, and then I'll pick 2 of it and join like you can see me doing now, but I'll be leaving off half of an inch before I start and then before I stop, so that it will be able to sit here. When you sew half of an inch on both sides, you'll be left with 7 inches, right? So that it will be able to sit on my pocket opening. This is it after joining it, and the half inch that I didn't sew from the up and on the down, this is it. I folded it in. That is where the half inch I'll be using to fix my sleeve. This is my sleeve, my pocket opening, sorry, pocket. So the curvy part will be downwards. So follow what I am doing now. Place your sleeve in such a way that it will be in between, like you can put your hand from the right side into the pocket and then you stitch. When you place it, you see that the 7 inches that you have on your pocket opening will align with the pocket. So now I'll go ahead and stitch just a little bit away from my seam line that I'll be having on that material. So go ahead and sew away from that line. I'll come back and show us. I'll do same for the second part. So this is it after attaching my pocket. I didn't sew on the needle line that my first shaping line gave me, right? So now let's see it on the right side. When you do as I have said, you will see that you barely see that the sleeve is up. There is a pocket there. Oh, me and sleeve. There is a pocket there. So it will be closed. After ironing and everything, you barely notice that there is a pocket there. So this is the correct way to fix a pocket. Now this is it. All what is left is to give it a nice press, and my boo is ready. All right, remember to notch that part so that it is relaxed. All right, it is ready. My boo is ready, and this is it, right? After fixing my buttons and giving it a good press. All right, if you have not subscribed at this point, please do that. Like and share my videos. Thank you.